This is it. Grand finals of SCS 220 between the Pomelos and Fancy Cloud Dancers. First off, for the Pomelos, coming from the winner's bracket with a 1-game advantage in this best of 3, we have the Schrichter dual Gatlings, dual Hwachas, or this red Shrike. Oh boy. We have the Perfection Mark II. They said perfection couldn't be made more perfect, but they were wrong, as we have a Nemesis with dual Nemesis. A Crusader with dual Nemesis, dual flare guns, and dual Gatlings. And for FCD, Friendfish, Hwacha, Gatling, Light Carronade, and the Schrichter. Gatling, Hwacha, Shrike, already getting destroyed by the Schrichter. So Sputnik here piloting the Tricycle. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Spud play the Shrike in a competitive match, so I'm curious to see how this will go, considering Sunstrom has a lot of experience here, and handily winning that first Shrike duel as the Perfection Mark II and the Friendfish duke it out. Friendfish already has taken a lot of damage. You can see there's 20 stacks of fire on one of those guns. I'm trying to zoom in. I can't see which gun it is. But I think it was the Hwacha? Got destroyed by the flare gun? I don't know. It doesn't matter. This goldfish is done. He's donezo. Oh, don't mess with Perfection, man. Double Nemesis. I assume you can get these both in arc. With gunner stamina. But this is the way the game was truly meant to be played. Look at the flare gun. People call flare gun, they say it's useless. They say it's a utility weapon. No. Look at this. There's center DPS here on this Crusader. And even the trees are floating in support. As Friendfish has spawned in, Tricycle has spawned in as well. We'll see how they approach this next fight. I don't know if Tricycle wants to take on the Shrike duel again. Playing against one of the most experienced Shrike pilots in the... I mean, really one of the most... Sunstrom, the Schrichter's pilot, one of the most experienced competitive pilots in the game right now. Especially if you're taking recency into effect, playing almost every week this year. For the entire year. In SCS. And it looks like Tricycle and Friendfish moving, what is this, southward. Using the buildings as cover so they don't take too much Nemesis damage. Nemesis just spamming those Nemesis shots. Friendfish's balloon is already almost down, heavily damaged. Tricycle moves in for the Schrichter. Schrichter actually gets in the way of the Perfection's shots and is bounced down as a result with Schrichter's balloon getting knocked out. Potential dual focus here on the Crusader. But Friendfish ducking below the gun arcs. Tricycle, Hwacha connection on Perfection. Both the Nemesis, I'm not sure, both the Nemesis, one Nemesis. Some number of guns on the Perfection are down, armor down as well. Hwacha connection, unarmored, hold 2 Hwachas, gonna take down the armor again, but not too much permanent damage, only about 18% gone. However, the Perfection, oh no, it's the terrain, boom! Look at that stupid hitbox. Oh, Crusader is so dumb. Oh, just taps the terrain, takes 90% damage. What a world we live in. Tricycle now has the better of the Schrichter. Schrichter was rushing in to save their ally and exposed themselves to the Tricycle's Hwacha, and now has to try to disengage. Now, there is a path here around the south side of the map, but it's going to be difficult for them to disengage with while they're moving in reverse. Because these ships do move a little bit slower in reverse than they do in forward, so they're popping that moonshine. Goldfish, Shrike is the fastest ship in the game in terms of forward-backwards speed, but they bump against the terrain. They're bouncing forward. I don't know if that was intentional, but it catapulted them past the Goldfish. They've lost one engine. They're still moonshining. They're trying to get away. They've got Hwachas hitting them from behind. Oh, the Crusaders here. Perfection Mark II Here we go. Gatling hitting the Tricycle. Hwachi connects the Schrichter. Looks like Tricycle gets the Hwachi connection out first. So Schrichter unable to capitalize on the armor destruction. And Tricycle is going to attempt to disengage while Friendfish goes for the Perfection. Simultaneous Hwachi connections here. The two strikes. Very exciting. Trichter hitting the terrain. I think Tricycle is going to be disengaging, trying to get a dual focus onto the Perfection. But they're too high and the balloon's too damaged. That is one of the negative factors of the strike compared to the Squid, is that it has pretty poor vertical acceleration. So when the balloon is damaged, it doesn't drop down or rise up very quickly. However, they have finally equalized the verticality with the Perfection and unload the Hwacha, taking out one of the Nemesis. Heavy carronades. Well, Friendfish was forced to pop Hydra to disengage. Schrichter's moving in. Looks like target's going to be the Tricycle, and they're getting dual focused. Strike's going to die very quickly here, but they are able to get in the rear of the Perfection. Perfection, the Crusader, facing the wrong way, so they're not contributing to this fight currently. Having a little bit of difficulty keeping their engines up as Tricycle rotates around to go for the kill move, but armor is rebuilt. Gatling going to take it out. Hwacho's ready to go. Big connection here. 30% damage down, gone for the Red Crusader. They're getting picked away, switching now to the left side. Next armor break could be it for the Crusader here if they all connect. But no, Schrichter here in position to deny them. They do get the armor break, but they're unable to get Hwach out in time, as they're forced to deal with the opposing Shrike. And here's Friendfish to help. Friendfish, big Hwachi connection. Tricycle almost completely disabled, but the Schrichter disabled as well. Actually, they're not disabled. They only lost an engine. As, oh no, big Nemesis connection. And this might be it for the Schrichter as they've fallen into the Crusader's gun arcs. Perfection, able to finish them off. Friendfish giving them a Hwacha barrage, but not going to do a whole lot. Friendfish, 30% permanent health. I don't know if they're going to be able to escape here. Gatling's going to finish them off. No. Mallet hit comes in just in time. Nemesis makes running very difficult. Look at that. Look at that damage. Oh, man. Gun's good against everything. Next shot could take out the balloon, could take down the armor, could take down an engine. But the Nemesis shot's not quite on point. However, Schrichter might be able to pick up this kill by themselves as they do move in. Gatling Hwacha, 4th point, match point, tournament point on the board for the Pomelos. One more kill, and Pomelos will be winning SCS 220 with a Crusader. They said it couldn't be done. Man. Fancy Cloud Dancers, you can't do this. You can't get knocked out of the tournament by Perfection Mark II. You just can't let it happen. Now, if they want to bring it back, certainly the odds are currently in their favor, at least for the impending next fight. Both the Schrichter and the Perfection Mark II are heavily damaged, down to about 30% permanent health. So if we get some fast armor breaks, I mean, FCD should be able to pick up a few kills here. We see them inching forward. Schrichter zoning them out, rotating around the terrain. Perfection is ready with their Nemesis, hitting the Shrike. Shrike's armor already gone to the dual Nemesis, and Friendfish actually blocking some of that fire. Schrichter needs to get out of dodge as their balloon is down, engine is down. Friendfish moving in to contest the Crusader, going for, no, the Schrichter going for a ram, like carronade. Schrichter's balloon is down. They could get a kill here, but the positioning is a little bit unfortunate as they can't drop down to hit this terrain, and Perfection is reversing into them. A big backwards ram on the Friendfish, pushing them away from their ally, and now there's terrain in the way. Friendfish not going to be able to get the kill on the Shrike. But so they're switching to the Perfection. Tricycle, boom, Crusader goes down. Tricycle heavily damaged, but the Friendfish was able to provide enough disruption against the Pomelos encampment that the Shrice Cycle was able to fully rebuild, and now Schrichter, they're at death's door. Big Hwacha connection from the Schrichter, it looks like, then from the Friendfish. So both the Shrikes pretty heavily damaged, but Schrichter got the worst of it in their engines. So we'll see if they're able to get away. Dual Gatlings, Perfection. Uh-oh. Close spawn from the Perfection. Schrichter taking more permanent damage. I don't know if this is a worthwhile spawn from the Crusader to save this heavily damaged Shrike, as Shrice Cycle stays behind. Perfection hits the big statue. Uh-oh, don't pass go. Winston Churchill says no. I don't know who that is. That's a statue, but I assume it's somebody famous. As dual Hwacha dueling Hwachas. Duel of Fates plays in the background. Schrichter and Friendfish going at it. Perfection trying to disengage from the Shrike to get a dual focus. But the Nemesis shots not able to keep them in arc because the Crusader's engines are down, so the Nemesis unable to hit the Goldfish. Shrice Cycle keeping good arcs on the Crusader as well. Nemesis switching to the Shrice Cycle. And they're keeping this very upward angle so that the Nemesis shots have more difficulty hitting them. Armor's down on the Crusader. Engines are down. Hwacha connection. Perfection getting picked away. Schrichter takes a Hwacha barrage from the Shrice Cycle. Both the red ships heavily damaged. Shrice Cycle and Friendfish hurting a bit as well. Any of these ships could die next armor break. And it looks like Crusader going to be the current target. Armor is low. Still no guns. Big ram connection. Armor just barely staying up. Going to go down here. Pushing them. Boom. Cleaving them in two pieces. Friendfish takes out the Crusader. Now Shrice Cycle, why are you going for a ram? Why did you just throw away the tournament? Why would you do that? Sputnik, no. Oh, Pomelos are your SCS 220 champions. Just as FCD was taking the tournament back, Sputnik just goes for a huge, I don't know why they decided to just charge into the Schrichter's ship given their low health state. And that's going to be it. 5-3. FCD almost clutching it back. But Pomelos, very strong performance earlier in the bracket. I mean, strong performance here considering they brought a Crusader, which is not a good ship. Still giving FCD a lot of trouble. And so Sunstrom, Hellfire, and